What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get to it.
Many modern cars have a universal central display, responsible, in addition to controlling purely automotive functions, for multimedia and navigation. And some also have integrated video recorders as standard. However, more than a significant number of cars do not have either of the above. And on the windshield their drivers, as a rule, attach the two most necessary gadgets on the road, the same video recorder, independent, or as part of a combo device, and a smartphone, for navigation, calls, messengers, broadcasting music to the car audio system and much more. Most of us have long been accustomed to such a tandem, but Neoline SMARTWAY video recorder offers to change the concept, making it simpler, more convenient, and more modern. Neoline SMARTWAY replaces both a 2-channel DVR, 4K, front camera and Full HD, rear camera, and the OEM Multimedia Center. It has support for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as a large and informative display with a diagonal of 6 inches, capable of wirelessly linking with your smartphone, which is no longer necessary to keep in sight, on the windshield, to display several applications and services simultaneously. Features: front camera, UHD 4M 3840 by 2160, 25 frames per second, 160 degrees field of view. Rear camera, Full HD 1920 by 1080, 25 frames per second, 120 degrees viewing angle. Display, 6 inches, IPS, touchscreen with light sensor, 1560 by 720 resolution. Connectivity, 2.4 GHz and amp, 5 GHz Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0, wireless Apple CarPlay and amp, Android Auto, AirPlay support. Audio transmission, auxiliary and FM transmitter. Memory card support, microSD up to 256 GB. Dimensions, 165 by 78 by 39 mm, including lens, weight 205 g. Design and construction: Neoline SMARTWAY has an unusual form factor for video recorders. Except for the lens protruding from the back, it is a natural smartphone, with a 6-inch screen with a minimal frame around the capacitive display under tempered glass. Thickness, again, like a smartphone. On the right is a Samsung smartphone, on the left is a Neoline DVR. If you dim the screen of the phone, it is easy to confuse. At Neoline SMARTWAY are movable not only the ball joint and the bracket by which it is attached to the glass or torpedo, but also the lens itself. Adjustment unit of the lens is also made on the principle of the ball joint and is able to tilt in any direction, within small limits, but at 360 degrees. Neoline SMARTWAY, a large but lightweight gadget. On its body on one side is a single power button, and on the opposite side, memory card slot, USB Type-C power jack, rear camera jack and 3.5 mm audio output jack. A super capacitor, which is not afraid of temperature fluctuations in the car interior, is responsible for the correct termination of recording when the ignition is turned off. SMARTWAY's specialty is the magnetic ring mount. Magnetic mounts of recorders and combics are not rare, but they are all flat and are forced to be equipped with particularly strong magnets, so that the device does not fly off when shaking on the bumps. Therefore, sometimes when removing the gadget from the glass even bends the hinge of the bracket, knocking down the camera angle settings, so strong magnet. Neoline SMARTWAY has a magnetic holder, circular, and thanks to this design, the recorder is very easy to remove and put in one movement, without effort and swinging the hinge. It does not need the excessive force of the magnet at all. The kit comes with 2 soles for the magnetic ring, stationary on 3M tape and mobile on a suction cup. The stationary one is convenient for a personal car, and on the suction cup, in a work car or in a car sharing. By the way, the stationary mount can be used both for glass and for the torpedo. The gadget menu has a function to flip the image on the display by 180 degrees. The kit includes, in addition to the device itself, as already mentioned, 2 holders, removable tape for the stationary version, power adapter, rear camera, cord with jack 3.5 mm to connect to stereos via auxiliary, self-adhesive fasteners for fixing the power, cable on the glass, as well as a mounting spatula for routing power and camera wires under the ceiling trim. The rear camera shoots in full HD and is not afraid of moisture and dust thanks to high-level IP67 protection, except for the danger of hitting it point-blank with a wash gun for a long time. It can be mounted on self-tapping screws or 3M tape from the kit. You can connect the camera simply to the main block of the recorder, and you can also connect it additionally to the lamp of the reverse light, for which the red plus wire is taken out. In this case, when the rear gear is turned on, the camera will display the parking lines. By the way, there is a calibration of these lines in the camera settings. Also, in the settings menu, the image from the rear camera can be mirrored. The Neoline SMARTWAY power adapter is as correct as possible. The plug is not obsolete or unique and not compatible with anything, as sometimes happens, but the most relevant today, USB Type-C. The output current for powering the recorder is a fair 3 amps, plus there is an additional USB socket on the adapter's body, which gives out another 1 amp to external devices, for example, a smartphone. The socket is backlit. Settings and control in the menu. There is a section of settings of the gadget itself, divided into 3 sections: General, Camera, and System, familiar to everyone who has ever used DVRs, and also in the sections Android Auto and Apple CarPlay have their own settings for these interfaces. Splitting the screen into several applications is very convenient while driving. Navigation leads the route. The player broadcasts music. New messages in WhatsApp pop up in the background. You can display live video from the camera. If you are used to seeing on the recorder what it shoots, display the phone window and address book. Use voice assistants. In general, a wide range of features and settings that allow Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Despite the touch-responsive large capacitive display, by the way, with a very high maximum brightness, important on a sunny day, which can be adjusted either manually or automatically, according to the light sensor, SMARTWAY settings can also be controlled via the mobile application via your dashcam. It is primarily useful for copying video to your mobile device. And you can display the desktop of your Android or Apple smartphone as it is, without the features of the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay interfaces, using the EveLink app. A separate mention should be made about the audio output. You can output sound from Neoline SMARTWAY, music, phone conversation, navigation prompts, etc., to the car's OEM audio system by wired connection, for which there is a 3.5mm jack cable in the kit, as well as with the help of the built-in SMARTWAY FM transmitter, which is tuned to any empty frequency in the FM range and via Bluetooth. There is also, of course, a built-in speaker inside the recorder itself. Video recording the front camera shoots in high 4K resolution and with an honest 160-degree viewing angle. Due to this, the image is much more detailed and clear than the most popular full HD matrices. The lens has a fairly wide dynamic range and high resistance to backlighting, high contrast, and internal video processing tends to significantly increase the richness of colors, which benefits the quality of shooting. The only small disadvantage is the lack of anti-reflective filter, because of which in some cars the video is overlaid with artifacts of reflection of the torpedo in the windshield. Neoline SMARTWAY has proven to be an interesting gadget. In addition to high-quality video recording, the device is able to add multimedia functions to any car that does not have a standard monitor, support for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Someone may ask, why all this, when today there are plenty of inexpensive large display stereos with the ability to connect to a smartphone? But it's not so simple. The traditional location of the stereo in most cars is not designed for constant movement of the driver's gaze from the road to it and back. It is quite dangerous to regularly look at the navigation map or operate music tracks, squinting your eyes just above the gearbox handle. And Neoline SMARTWAY is always on the glass or the upper edge of the torpedo. Looking at its screen, the driver does not break the visual connection with the road situation, and this is very important. In conclusion, the Neoline SMARTWAY proves to be an intriguing addition to the world of video recorders. With its unique features and user-friendly interface, it stands out from conventional models. The performance during our tests demonstrated its reliability and quality, making it a worthy investment for those seeking enhanced safety on the road. Whether you're a daily commuter or an avid traveler, this device offers peace of mind and valuable documentation of your journeys. Thank you for watching, and we hope this review helps you make an informed decision.